Alright. How many are we going with today? That's the real question. Yep, I'm back. Had a couple weeks where I was not in fact here because of this, that, the other, illness, whatever else. So, yeah, we get to watch Chaos all over again. Yep, we all love Chaos. And Netherlands doesn't usually disappoint on that front. Wait and see. There's a couple of guys here that I do not recognize the name of. Actually, I take that back. That's pretty much most of the lobby I don't even recognize the name of. But yeah, here we go. Should have one more person joining, but that's about it, I think. Looks like a couple of people starting already up. Got a couple of Ferraris, a couple of Mercedes. Have actually a quick look at standings, considering I don't think I've seen them yet. F2 drivers. So right now, after round 4, which was Spa, Alfie's okay. So Alfie won. Alfie won the last time out. Okay. So Alfie's winning, a 9-point difference to Charles, who's not raced since I didn't commentate. I guess he's moved up to tier 1. Tyrant also missed Belgium. Fair enough. The Constructors currently sits at Haas, winning by a comfortable margin. Jenga Boy's not the one doing the comms, and I don't even know if he's actually in chat right now. Due to telemetry. Don't need to put the tyres on, so we will wait and see who is going to come out first, as per. I'll watch any of my streams before. We watch the one that comes out of the pits for their for their outlap, and then their flying lap, provided they're the first one over the line. Real question is, who is it going to be? Yeah, Jenga's in chat, there you go. So, do some co-commentating. I don't think that's happening today somehow. Well, we're watching Salmon. Salmon's going to be the first one out today then. Only 12 of us here at 12 of us driving Danvot, so I think things should be relatively simple. 18 minutes of qualifying and 50% race, and we'll see who's going to come out on top after this. Well then. And now here is so Salmon's about to come through all this then. And here we go, down into turn 1. So in 8th gear up to 193, gets down to 3rd and then 2nd. It's probably a good idea. Don't want to touch the inside curb, touch the outside curb though. There, it's perfectly fine. Then go through turn 3 and then into the bank turn 4. You'll see usually in real life the outside line better. The inside line on the game is definitely much better. Goes down toward the end of the first sector, 25.5. Now he's going to go through the first corner of the second sector. You can get it wrong and might end your race if you do. This one also another set of corners where getting it wrong would punish you, especially if you get too much on the throttle out of there. You want to avoid the curb on the inside here, down towards the end of sector 2. And Salmon is doing a 51, well, pretty much 51.1 actually. In second gear in the third to last is interesting. He usually take third and goes down to 4th, gets himself on the outside, keeps the lap balance all the way to the inside on the final bank corner, down to the line. It's going to be a 13.4 for Salmon. It looked decent, but that's not that quick of a lap. Someone's in the grass away over there. Someone's had a bit of a problem. The McLaren definitely suffering. Scott is going to do a 12.8, so the time's going to drop down already. Let's see if anyone else can beat it. It doesn't look like anyone else has up to this point. We'll see. DC is going to do a 17. Not particularly impressive. What's Ducko doing? 53.6 again. So must have had a couple of problems through their laps. Currently setting himself in 3rd. Blue of 18.78 again. Having a bit of a problem. And Sink, there you go, a 12.3. Sink is on provisional pole right now. We've got a couple of more people doing laps. Well, it looks like they're doing laps anyway. Salmon, I think, is going into the pits rather than... going into not having too bad of a time. Has to do a better lap than that though. You see people already starting to head back into the pits after what essentially was round 1, and we're realistically seeing a half-second gap between the two at the front. Poor from you, yeah. You're not wrong. You need an entire second at the very least. Someone's just joined, I think. Could be wrong. Watching Darvo try and do stuff here. It's not going particularly great. He is a little bit slidey all over the place. You can tell he's uncontrollable by the lack of fluidity in the movements. It's going to be about a 17, yeah, 17.8. And that leaves us Actually, one more, because I think Dutko over here is doing a lap until he got on the inside curb. He committed the cardinal sin in the Netherlands. When you get racing at Zandvoort, you do not touch the inside curbs 90% of the time, because they will end your lap and probably a race later on. And there you go, Dutko's probably going to have to go into the pits now, because he needs to sort that car out. He's running out of ERS as well, so I wouldn't have gone for. Yeah, I'm not sure what the idea is here for Dutko, but it looks like, yeah. So we're actually going to go off Dutko, because I doubt he's going to be able to post a better lap than what he's currently doing. So we'll go and watch Salmon take round 2 here. He's the first one out. I think HD behind him is also about to do a lap. He's got, well, he can't do any worse than his first one. We'll see whether or not Salmon can find a second. That's what realistically needs to be in contention here. We'll wait and see if he can do it. 20.1, 20.2 as they go to the end of the first sector. Currently 0.001 quicker. As Salmon is needing a second. I don't know where he's going to find a second, especially if his first sector is all but identical. He's going to have to pick up the slack at some point. HD had a bit of a moment directly behind us here. And Salmon's not picking up the slack. He's not even a tenth of a second quicker when he needs an entire second, and lounging in the middle of nowhere right now. He goes down towards the line, 12, 13, yeah, 13.3. It's not going to do anything. HDB, sorry, is going to do a better lap than his last one. However, again, the spin costing him dearly. Dutko is quicker. Again, being quicker is not necessarily great if you're not that much quicker, especially in the position that Dutko is. We look down the line, Blue coming to the line now, but he's doing a flying lap. Watch Wisp actually about to go over the line. Smoker 14.5 puts him up 5th directly behind his teammate. So let's have a look at Scott. Scott's gone into the pits. The Ferrari is the next in line. Decent into the pits. What's the McLaren doing? Jono is on an outlap, so he's just about to finish. Also, Alfie on an outlap. I think Sink's Sink's just done a flying lap. It's 11.8. It's an 11.8. An entire second gained on the rest of the competition right now. It looks like, well, the game's going to say it's a purple, and then he's going to go off into the gravel. Jono has a spin. I'm not entirely sure what caused that, because that didn't look like he hit anything or done anything of the sort. Dutko puts it in a wall up there. I think Alfie has just had his lap cut off by the Mercedes directly in front of him. I'm not sure if that's Blue. It is Blue. He's not having a great time of this. It's cost Alfie his lap. Alfie has done a lap. It is a 12.9, but I think he'll get one more shot at that and probably do a lot better. Sinks is going into the pit to the end of the lap, so I think Jono and Alfie are the only two we'll have left to watch. We've got Scott and Marco going out on outlaps now, so figure out what's going on there as we go along. Here comes Jono. Is he going into the pits or is he going for another one? He's going to go for another one, and here we go. Jono usually doing pretty well on the races I've seen him. However, the spin on his first qualifying lap, and there's one for his second! And he's lucky he hasn't been stuck on the inside there, because he could have easily been disqualified. And he span it round, so that is not good news. What about Alfie? Alfie currently 3.5 seconds up. Slower, sorry, so he won't be doing anything. Assume that means Alfie is going into the pits. I assume Blue's going to follow him. Scott Boy also on a lap right now. Blue is not going to follow him. Scott to the lap that isn't quicker. Oh, and he touches him! He touches Blue! Blue's in the way! He touches him, and someone coming out the pit there as well almost got involved. That's a bit of a chaos of a start there. Oh, the inside curb, and there goes Marco! Everyone's spinning everywhere. If you touch the curbs or you get touched from behind, your car is going, and there's nothing you can do. I would have thought people would have learned to lay off the curbs a little bit here, but they haven't. Scott's lap is already dead in the water because of the incident with Blue on the first corner, so we'll wait and see if he goes for another one or he goes into the pits and tries to get a new set on. We'll wait and see on that one. 5 minutes left. He certainly would have enough time if he wanted to go for it. Yellow flag in sector 2, I think, is Darvo having a bit of a problem there. It is Darvo having a bit of a problem. Marco also on a lap right now. But we're watching HD. See whether or not he's able to pull anything out of this one. Looks like Darvo's had a bit of another bit of a problem there in the end of the well, at the beginning of the third sector. Sorry. Looks like the Red Bull's not had much of a chance to get out the way. Either that or backed up quite substantially. One of the two. HD 6-7 seconds up. Right now, 13.3. Looks as though he might be on course to be 5th on the grid. Whether or not he can find an extra bit of time in this third sector, we'll wait and see. Goes around the final corner. Almost touches the wall. Has to drag the car out. Going to be a 12. Going to be a 13.1. And that is enough for 5th. So Salmon has the fire right back. What about Marco? What is Marco doing? Marco is going into the pits. Actually, Scott the next one up. Is Scott doing enough to do anything here? Someone had a bit of a problem there. I think Smoke has had a problem. Oh, I think Scott just had a little bit of a slide through the second to last. Got too much on the inside. Yep, and it's too much to ask for him to do any better than his original time. I think that final sector cost him a ton. He's not going to be able to get back and have another shot at it. So I guess it's just a case of save up because you're on your own. You're on your final lap now. Darvo's having a bit of a problem, and I think maybe needs a setting readjustment because there's something wrong with the way he's not actually leading it right now. He's not really fluid in his movements, but if one thing's sure, if he's on controller, not entirely sure. If he's on wheel, then he needs to turn his sensitivity up a little bit because this is an interesting watch. Let's see what Dot Code's doing. You see the yellow flag come out for Darvo right now. Dotco right now going through this. Ah, he's got the curb, but his car somehow managed to survive that. Playing with a little bit of fire here, Dotco, and he is half a second quicker right now, which would drag him up one position, only the one position, because everyone else is through the 13s into the 12s now. Here comes Dutco to the line. Dutco does a half second quicker, 14-1. Jono's left the session. Is that Marco? It is Marco. Is he on an outlap? He is on an outlap. What about Sinks? Sinks also setting up. 1 minute 36 left. I'm just going to have a look, see whether what else is going on here. So Salmon is a tenth of a second up. Tenth of a second isn't going to do anything for him. He was saying the 13.4 was poor by his standards. Well, I don't imagine what the next one's going. What the 13, well, 13.1 maybe 13.2 is, because he has not improved that much. Only 0.2 of a second on what was a poor lap from him in his own words. Two Ferraris have just joined each other in turn one. HBD, assuming on an outlap. Jono's out of the session entirely, can't get out, not enough time. I think we're now within a minute left. You know, yellow flagged in the third sector. The Red Bull is going on through. I'm going to actually see the Red Bull, who's 4 seconds slower. And 8 seconds slower by the end of the lap, and that's probably it for his qualifying. Someone's had a bit of a problem on the inside there. Marco, 12.5 until 6 just sinks at 11.2. And no one has got anywhere near him. Alfie currently up, but Alfie's going to go for not a lap. That's the end of his qualifying. That is the end of Alfie's qualifying. Salmon's out as well. D-Sit was a second up. D-Sit is going to beat it by just over an entire second. Jumped him up one position, but it's not impressive. Some people just getting out of the way now. Smoke is going a little bit quicker. Hey, I beached it. HD 12.2. It's got it. Well, he's got within a second, but I think we might know who wins this one by a considerable margin. Smoke is going to come to the line. Is already slower than pole, so he won't get pole. He won't move up any positions either. Dirtco's lap is over. Marco's lap is over. 6 lap is over. And that means 6 is on pole by an entire second. An 11.2 to a 12.2, and that is 1 and 2. Marco 3, Scott 4, Alfie and Salmon sit on the 3rd row, Dutco and Smoke 7th and 8th, D-Sit and Davo on 9th and 10th, Blue and Jono round off the back row. Well then. That was well, I would say that was eventful. It wasn't exactly eventful, to be completely honest with you. But there you go. That's the end of qualifying, and my God, there's a substantial gap there. The real question is what's coming in the race. I don't think anyone can challenge Sink somehow. If he gets away out of turn 1 completely fine, I think this might be the easiest race he's ever going to have to do. We'll wait for the next 30 seconds or so for the actual race itself to start. There we go. I'm pretty sure I'll have a formation lap before we go properly. So, what tyres are people on? I wouldn't be at all surprised. Oh. Well then, here's a formation lap. And then, to my surprise, everyone bar 2. Well done. Mediums for the front 4, Alfie on hards. Mediums for the following 6, and Jono on hards. Jono on hards is not, well, is understandable considering he's at the back and he's got to make something work. But we'll wait and see whether or not he is able to make it work. Of course, it's not over when you get that put to that point. Safety cars certainly could play a role here. But you've got the Mercedes of Sink on pole, followed by HD. Behind him, Marco, Scott and Alfie round out the top 5. Salmon, Dutko, Smoke, D-Sit and Davor are your 6 through 10. Blue and John are the only 2 outside of the top 10. As we watch them go through sector 3 on the formation lap now. And I think this entire race hinges on whether or not Sink can get away from turn 1. If Sink can get away, we might not have a race for the lead. A race for P2 maybe, and that. Oh, Sink jumps the grid spot, so that's not going to help him. Dutko also jumps. Scott jumps his grid spot as well. And it looked like a number have jumped him, and then the AlphaTauri has decided he wanted to play a game of where can I put my car, and I don't think the McLaren has joined. I think the McLaren has joined him there too for some reason, pointing towards the wall. And here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it lights out and away we. I want to say go, but I'm not entirely sure. There you go. We're gone now. And it looks like a good start here for Sinks, and HD has got away pretty nicely as well. HD to the inside. HD has got himself in the lead. It's a great start. A flying start from the Haas. Davor loses the position. It looks like the Mercedes is also having a bit of a problem back there. Jono didn't get off the start at all. Dutko also goes round. Dutko in a wall by the looks of things, and Sinks has not had a great start in terms of everything that's gone on here, and D-Sit is lagging all over the place. And the back have already started falling apart. Oh, and there goes Salmon. Salmon gone wide, and he's off the track now as well. So we're going to go to the front of the pack here. It looks like Sinks has gone ghosted for a little while. We did for a moment there anyway. So Scott is trying to get up to him now, and what a start from the Haas. Scott trying to the inside there on the Mercedes. I'll say it again, what a start from the Haas. Flew off the start, got him nicely, and we might actually have a race here now. HD is just flew off the start, giving us something to work around. And Scott has just tried the inside of the outside. Now the inside again on 6. And he's got the inside of turn 1. But he's being tapped a little bit there. I think he's lost a little bit of speed. But the inside of turn 3 now. They're going to go side by side. They're going to hold each other. With the inside line there for 6. And he gets touched by the Ferrari, sorry. And Scott gets the position. And Scott now fighting with Marco, who clearly didn't have the greatest of starts because he started 3rd and now 5th. Alfie in the Hards almost made a very good run at that. Has to defend from the Williams now. Dutco onto the Hards immediately. I'm not sure if the Hards can get you 36 laps, but I guess bank on a safety car. Don't touch the inside curb, because if you touch the inside curb, your car will be spinning because you're not on soft tyres anymore. Salmon against Jono, and I think Jono's had a bit of a problem. Jono has had a bit of a problem. He drops to behind Blue again. But right now you've got HD versus Scott versus Sinks for the lead. Even though my game is having a heart attack on the outside and telling me that guys are already a lap back. No, that's not the case. Scott sets the fastest lap so far. Here comes Marco. DRS should be enabled about now. There you go, there's the message. Oh, Jono's had a problem. Jono in the 3rd sector. Jono is not having a nice day today. We're now in the 3rd low. We're in lap 3 and we've got a triple threat for the lead. And it's not the way I thought it was going to go. Sinks off the start with an absolutely horrible start by the looks of it. Neither that or the Haas just flew, and it's given us an actual race here. Sinks looking so promising in qualifying. An entire second up. You'd think he'd be able to have the pace, especially when we got into the race, but he clearly doesn't. Has to sit himself in 3rd right now and slightly dropping back as we go along. We see Scott getting right up comfortable to the rear end of that Haas. Also got a couple of guys further back having a bit of a fight. Yellow flag in sector 2. Here's it, John again. John is just not like that, but whatsoever. The fastest lap now in the hands of the Haas, currently leading the race. Gained a little bit there. Marco versus Alfie, and Alfie just suffering the consequences of not having DRS, turning it into a sitting duck, especially on the hard tyres. Smoke also trying to join this little triple threat. And Jono's gone again. This time into the gravel at the end of sector 2. Well then, we've got battles all over the place right now, and we're actually going to go to the battle for the lead because that's drawn considerably closer. No, it's still a triple threat. Oh, it was a triple threat. Scott's made an error, and he's lost a position, but he's still hanging in there. He's done well enough to catch the car from it not going far away there. And Davos picked up 5 seconds for hitting Salmon, who's gone round. I assume the incident touched him onto the inside curb there, and if you go onto the inside curb, I said it in qualifying, it'll end your race. You've still got 3 for the lead here, a couple fighting further back. Smoke had actually, it might have been Smoke that had the problem there. Yeah, it was Smoke that had the problem on the inside. Wrong AlphaTauri. And it's Sinks that has somehow managed to get into the lead here. Use of DRS gets HD quite easily as they go through turn 1. And Sinks, all of a sudden, flying away now. And we've got yellow flags in 1, 2, and 3, and I think that might be a virtual safety car. Blue has actually retired on the final corner. Actually, it's a full-blown safety car, and Sinks would have been relishing the chance to get away, but nope, he's got to do another start against HD. He lost the first one. How is he going to fare in the second? Blue is out, so we're down to 11. HD lost the position of Sinks on the beginning of the lap. They'll be right back beside each other by the end of the lap. Salmon pitting just before the safety car comes out, which is incredible. Also got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. It's incredibly unfortunately timed. Scott can't get in front. D6 gets 3 seconds worth of track limit warnings. And well then, we see Sinks is about to get caught up by the safety car. Which safety car we got today? Is it Aston Martin or is it Mercedes? I think, yeah, no, it's the Mercedes one today. The AMG Group 3 car. As we now watch everyone bunch back up. As we do that, I think I'm going to go down 1 minute. I'm going to put... Actually, no. I can't wait. It's cold in my room now. Oh, one of them. That's a Ferrari back there going very wide. Good to see Merck on top. Yeah, Sinks has only just got on top though. HD gave him a run for his money. DRS helped out the Mercedes in the end. Hello, Helix. It's all good. All good. Watching safety car right now as we see just a couple of people having to catch up to the back. I think DSIT is about to be the next one. Probably go one more lap. I don't think it will take more than one lap. Just get everyone up to speed. 1 minute. The Alpine is going so slow. Alpine in the pit now. You get to catch up now, Simon. Go as quick as you need. You should be able to get there by the end of the lap. Don't think it'll be too much of a problem, only through the beginning of the second sector right now, and I think all three of you should be able to get to the back there. Don't think Davo will be so lucky. Watch, so the safety car's not going to come in this lap. So we're going to go through and start on lap 9 then. Yeah, safety car is not coming in this lap, otherwise everyone would have backed off already. But we'll wait one more lap. Everyone had in fact got to the back by the time of the ending of that lap, apart from Davor, who currently sits himself quite the distance back, 56 seconds off of DC, who's currently in a pit. But DC should be able to get in and out and then onto the back of this train rather quickly, and he'd gone to hards, which is probably the sensible idea from this point. Apologies. The hards would definitely get to the end from here. We watching one more half lap, I think, of the safety car. Two more laps, I doubt it. I doubt it. I was about to say, we aren't getting two more laps of safety car because it's already been out for 3. So you only get a maximum of 3 laps under the safety car. So we're going to go immediately when, well, we're going to go on Sink's word here. I don't think Davo's going to catch up just about. Depends on when Sinks decides to go. Real question is, when is he going to go? Still not going now. He's dragging it out, and he's gone. He's gone. And it looks like Scott's just got 5 seconds for colliding with the Haas, and Sinks is away. It's not happening like it did in the first lap. Sinks is gone. Let's see whether or not HD can hold with him. He's gonna have to. Yellow flag in sector 1, and Smoke gone. Smoke's in the wall just before the bank corner. I think he survived a little bit though. HD is holding on right now. I think Decent might be in the best position of everyone though. Those hards will go to the end. He doesn't have to pit again unless, well, he is in the best position unless there's another safety car. And looks like he's able to hold on to the back of Sinks right now. Sinks not as quick as I first gave him credit for. Game lagging a little bit there. I thought HD almost spun. And it looks like Davo has just been overtaken by Smoke. Smoke has got Davo pretty quickly, and he looks like, oh, never mind. That crashed just like my voice. What the hell just happened to my voice? My voice just died for a second there, and Smoke again having a bit of a problem, and I don't think he understands where the pit lane line is. That's just cutting the pit lane. That's 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. That could not have gone worse there for Smoke. Oh, and HD! Oh, he got the inside curb, and that's the cardinal sin. You can't do that and get away with it. And it looked like Alfie lost the position to Marco in the process as HD was getting back on the track. Alfie's going to try and do... Man is dying on stream. My voice just went for a split second. I'm not entirely sure what happened to it. Oh, it'll be fine. We now have a freeway going between, well, a bit more than a freeway actually. Oh, Marco lost it! Marco lost the car! He lost the car again, trying to get the car back. Oh, there goes John! What is it with people in the last corner and my voice apparently going at the last corner? Jono's spinning round this time. The people just touching the inside curb, left, right and centre. And that doesn't work. But, well then. And we've got people that are actually close, but it's started to open up now because of mistakes left, right and centre. And HD was able to hold with Sinks for a moment. And then he had that one mistake, and I think Sinks is gone now. Here comes Alfie, is trying to get up to HD as quickly as he can. And it looks like, oh, and HD! HD's gone round! A little bit of a tap there from Alfie has done it! Oh, HD had a little bit of an awful corner regardless, lost the car, started sliding, the touch just confirmed it. And Alfie's up into third, albeit that was not at all clean. And the chaos just continues to go on. HD had one hell of a start, was leading for a good chunk. That safety car's ruined his race entirely. And, well, Sinks 2.5 seconds up the road. We need a safety car for another. Well, we need another safety car now just to bring Sinks back, I think. Everyone still has to pit. Decent, probably still in the best position if he was able to actually get some pace. And Salmon's praying for another one. Yep, you're gonna have to. Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2 is Jono, and he's got no front wing. And it's a virtual safety car. I guess the chaos isn't done just yet. Virtual safety car now for Jono's front wing going off the well then, that's just chaos. Marco also just behind Salmon. No, just behind Alfie, but Salmon in fact is going into the pits. He's taking the advantage of a virtual safety car to go onto the hard tyre, which is not the worst idea I've ever seen. Jono's got into the pits because he has to. Got no front wing, and he'll find it extremely hard if he doesn't. Salmon onto hard to the end. Jono on fraud watch. As commented by Josh in chat. I mean, oh, and HD has got a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. And his race could not have gone from bad to worse if it tried, and I think he just crashed as well. Oh, that is horrible. That is something we don't like to see for someone who is doing so well. Has fallen all out of sorts now as the safety car just hanging his race out to dry. You've got, I think that's Smoke there, having a bit of a problem in the first sector. It is Smoke that's had a problem. And everyone just split off, and now this race is just going to meander for a while. And HD has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which just adds to the misery of his race today. It looked like things just going from bad to worse, and I'm trying to find somewhere we actually have some sort of action. I'm not really seeing a lot of it right now. Jono versus Davo. Like, oh, what the hell is going on with Davo there? Davo having a bit of a mess. Oh, there goes Jono again! Jono is having a problem with that one particular corner, and I think he's done it pretty much every single lap on that same point. Smoke has actually been lapped now, and I think he might as well just call it a day. Even Salmon coming through to lap him now. What is he doing? If you're asking about John, I'm not entirely sure. Smoke has been lapped by a country, by pretty much the entire game, the entire lobby at this point. We see Marco going after Alfie, who's still yellow flag in sector 1. It's not Salmon, it's the other one, it's Smoke. I think he's just letting his teammate by. And we watch Marco attempt to get close enough up to Alfie to make something work. He isn't yet. But it looked like HDB has gone in. Oh, no, HDB. Something else has gone on here. Jono's crashed again at the same spot. HDB is having a bit of a nightmare here as well. Has lost his front wing. Or lost part of his front wing, sorry. So Jono crashed again. And HD going into the gravel, and this is just one to forget. He's going worse and worse. It looks like Jono needs to call it. You think Jono needs to call it a day? I think there's a few people that need to call it a day. There's one smoke. A lap back should probably do the same. Oh, Decent! What is happening to Decent there? There goes the front wing. That might bring something out here. And it will do. That's the full-blown safety car. That is the full-blown safety car. And it's been brought out by Decent, who's gone far off the track. And Salmon's getting his wish. Unfortunately, it's not going to help him because everyone... Jono's not a bad driver, it's just a bad day. It's a bad track by the looks of things. He keeps having that one corner, and I think it might be a settings issue, but I'm not entirely sure. Well, everyone coming into the pits. Where is Salmon coming out? There goes Ducko as well. Salmon isn't going to get anywhere. And there you go. He does get Ducko. Decit's out. Decit is out on the final corner. Smoke's been lapped again by a few people. Well then, so Ducko's now at the pits. We're going to see everyone back up to the safety car. And now if you finish, you get points. Probably end up going again a lap. Maybe 19. Well then, we'll see everyone come back together under the safety car. Everyone up to Scott already there, and there's 4 cars there. So we've got Sink followed by Alfie, followed by Marco, followed by Scott. And yeah, you were right. It's chaotically fun until the safety car drags it out. We have 2 already here. I'll wait for everyone to catch back up. It looks like Davor, Jono and HD are coming, but we'll wait as we go along. Like Indonesia know what to, yeah, nothing is happening. You can't do it. You just have to let the safety car roll. But yeah, now we'll have to go one more because it'll be lap 20 we go then, because we're waiting on Jono and for HD to catch up to the rest. You can't unlap yourself though, so Smoke is just going to be a nuisance in the middle of the park here. D6 left. Got a couple of people DNF so far. Both brought out the safety car. Now we've got about half the lap to wait before we can go again. This time Alfie on the medium tyre, Sinks on the hards. It looks like we're about to come back in. So, here we go. On Sinks' word again. Whenever he chooses to go, it's when we go. Let's see. And after free for another 2 hours after F2 already started. Ouch. You could have done. Here we go. We've got Sinks followed by Alfie. Alfie on the better tyres though. And it looked like Scott just might have just clobbered somebody. And somebody's overtaken somebody already. And what is going on? There goes Sinks, who's just going to let everyone behind him have utter chaos. Well, they attempt to figure out that you're not allowed to overtake under the safety car. You're not allowed to, and, well then. It's going to be Alfie versus Sinks. Alfie's got the better tyres. And Ducko's out. There goes the Red Bull onto the, on the inside there with someone else. Yep, Smoke is also there, and Ducko's got no car. Oh, there goes HD! On the inside of Davor! Oh, and there's a touch and it sends him round. It's unfortunate. There goes HD for good your teammate spun, yeah, because he was a lap back. But HD is having a day to forget after the first lap. And it doesn't look like a lot is going on at the front here. We've still got 4 actually close to the front, about 0.6 of a second between them. It doesn't look like anyone's getting relatively close right now. Scott just trying to get there against Marco. Also, everyone says penalties. We are completely without them now. And, well, Smoke's got 9th out of this. Oh, and then the inside there for Alfie is just not a good time. And it looked like Marco has just lost all the time in the world. Alfie and Sinks out there on their own now. And then you got Scott directly behind him and not really pushing an awful lot either. And quite frankly, losing time. The same with Alfie. Alfie outside the second gap now, and DRS shouldn't be that far away from rolling on. Need another safety car to go onto softs. But yeah, it looks like Alfie is staying within a second. And Scott also within a second. They're the only two realistically doing anything. Jono has actually got a couple of laps without bringing out a safety car in that position. And it looks like Alfie is closing in. He's got within half a second now. Him versus Sinks is realistically the only thing left. Scott is outside of a second now as well. DRS obviously activated. You can see from the Ferrari who's getting closer and closer. He's inching in. Can he get it done? You can stay off the inside curbs, he might. And there's a yellow flag. And I think it's smoke again. It is smoke. Yeah, it is smoke that's caused it. Yellow flag. Also, Davo having a bit of a problem. I think Davo's going into the pit now. Yeah, he is. And Davo's going to drop back behind HD at the very least. He won't get lapped though. Alfie losing time. Now out towards about a third of a second. Well, 2/3 of a second behind Sinks. And then you've got Marco 2 seconds further back and Scott on the back of him. Jono also on the back of Salmon, which might be an interesting scenario if Jono can keep it going through that one particular corner he spun out about 10 times today. But yeah, Davo into the medium tyres now as he basically signified that he accepts his race is over. Whether or not he shouldn't get lapped though. I don't think he's that slow. And Jono right on the back. And we're actually going to watch Jono versus Salmon now. I think Jono's going to get him here. I think Jono's going to get him. He's going to go to the outside. He's going to hang it around the outside. Is Salmon going to be able to hold on? Salmon is not going to be able to hold on. And Jono's going to get back up into 5th after what has been a horrible day. Still a top 5 finish. And there goes. Well, there's one position for Jono. He's still got a chance against Scott. Maybe Marco as well, as long as he can keep the car on the track. If he can do that, then he might have a shot later down the line. Salmon's still holding himself in, but quite frankly, with those tyres against Jono's tyres, I think he's going to drop out of a second rather quickly. Also, Alfie just about within DRS range. Still might have dropped off there, actually. And nope, he's still got it. Just about, but he's still got it. And you've got Salmon also just inside as well. And Alfie, 0.8 of a second, 0.9 of a second, just slowing down against the might of Sinks right now, who's just been relatively unchallenged since HD had a bit of a nightmare. And there you go, outside of the DRS range, and that might be it. We'll have to wait and see, maybe if there's a... Oh, there goes Alfie! There goes Alfie! And it's all of a sudden... Oh, Jono's got it at the same place as well! Jono has spun at the same place again, and his day has gone from bad to worse, so someone's going to get that position. Alfie spinning away his chance of victory. Scott actually really close to Marco, probably as a result. Marco maybe had to avoid the incident, so went out in front of him. It looks like Scott with the DRS just flying past. A little bit of a hit on Marco there. Might have thought he gave him enough space, but didn't. But Marco's going to lose that position regardless. HD having even more of a nightmare there going through the second sector. You see the yellow flag come out. Sinks up 4 seconds in the distance, and well, a spin's the only way to bring him back now. Well, that and a safety car, either or. And I think Marco is going to hold in here against Scott. These two should be pretty neck and neck. They have been the entire time. The rest of the grid, however, is separated by quite a substantial margin. I don't think Salmon's going to get anywhere near Alfie. Alfie having a bit of a problem there when he spun. Oh, there goes Marco! There goes Marco! As soon as I said we might have a bit of a battle here, we definitely don't. Marco's gone round. And I think everyone is now separated by more than enough of a distance. As we watch the race meander to an end now, Marco 1.5 seconds behind Alfie, who's well off the tail of Scott. And without a crash or a safety car, I would be very surprised if it didn't end as it is. Someone's going to have to find some unbelievable pace from somewhere. It looked like, yellow flag in sector 3, HD again. Somehow ended 7th after this utter nightmare, but he's had a nightmare nonetheless. What's happened here? Oh, that's a spin. That's Alfie again. Alfie again, and also Davo's been lapped this time. So there's 2 gone. There's 8th and 9th. HD can't drop any further without spinning a couple of times. So it looks like we've got where we're at in the end of this one. It looks like Davo has just let Scott go on through. Scott getting a couple of attempts, but not really an awful lot. Marco in 3rd right now as a result of Alfie spinning it round, and Salmon might be able to give him a run for his money now. And if he can give him a run for his money, then we might have something to go after. Well, to go after, to watch even. Salmon will have something to go after, but we'll have something to watch. It looks like Davo is going to let Alfie through here. There you go. He doesn't have a choice because he ghosted. Jono goes on to soft tyres, so again, pretty much accepting the fact that his race is pretty much ending where it is. Maybe he can get a fastest lap out of this somehow. We're going to have to keep the car on track to do so. Alfie versus Salmon. A battle that might happen sooner rather than later. 0.8 of a second split the two of them right now for 4th in the race. Scott and Sinks have basically been lapping at the same time, the same speed, the same times for the last couple of laps, or they had done until Scott lost 0.2 of a second. And then the yellow flag in the second sector, that's smoke. We're watching Alfie versus Salmon now, so it's smoke that span in the second sector. Only a yellow flag though, and nothing more. Race, as much as I don't want it to drag out even further, the race does need another safety car. And Salmon had a bit of a problem. What the hell happened to Salmon? Dropped 2.2 seconds off the back now. And, well, any chance he had at going after Alfie may have just disappeared into the ether. And, we're once again at a stalemate where the top 4 are quite literally separated by identical times. Or were, and then Scott's dropped off to 5 seconds now. Tyres are dead. Ouch. Your tyres are dead, and you've still got 7 laps to go. You might be in trouble. As everyone's separated by about 4.7 seconds at the front, and you've got 3.2 to Salmon between Alfie and Salmon, and 27 seconds further back. Whether or not Jono is going to be able to get the fastest lap. And Jono's got in front of HD, I think. Actually, no, HD's got in front of Jono, never mind. That was a reverse, and it's hey, the softs is not going well there. Well, and nothing's going very well there for Jono today. HD also not had the greatest time, and Alfie span it! Alfie span it also, Jono to the inside there. When you get on the curb on the inside, you can't get a wobble, it did. And it's going to give HD a lot of space to work with now. So Alfie also spun back there. Alfie drops to fifth. And yeah, the only battle we've got now is Jono versus HD here, and this is all about whether or not HD can hold on. Oh, never mind. Jono spun it again. Jono spun it again, and HD's going to hold on quite nicely now, and Jono somehow avoids without damage. I mean, quite surprised he did, actually. And now everyone is far, far away from each other. Jono is having a nightmare today, absolutely. And we'll see, well, I don't think anything's happening. Without a spin, and nothing's happening now. Salmon somehow managed to get 4 from this, and Jono's gone into the pit, so I guess he did have damage. And I think he's just been lapped. And yeah, he has just been lapped. And there goes Alfie past Davo. These two are apparently going to go fighting, even though one ghosted. Yellow flag in sector 2 for HD. He's gone round and Salmon's pit. So Salmon has decided to give up a position to Alfie here. I guess hoping that Alfie spins, but that's a risk. I'm not... Why has he gone onto wets? What the hell is he doing? He does... Why have you got onto wets? Why have you got onto wets? What is going on? What am I watching? He gets 5 seconds, HD gets 5 seconds to spin in the pit lane. Salmon's dashboard just... I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. I think you'll be fine considering HD has just gone on to 15 lap old mediums. Salmon's on the work tires. Why is F2 so chaotic all the time? And Salmon's crashed, which is completely unsurprising. Oh no, Salmon hasn't crashed, it's his teammate. That's his teammate there somehow. Salmon's somehow going to get through this with wet tyres and stay 5th. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching anymore. You got Marco going past Jono, who's somehow managed to keep his car on the track there. And it looked like Salmon had pit again onto the soft tyres. With the wets that bad. HD, he actually might be in a little bit of a battle with HD by the end of this now, but he's been lapped. So everyone up to 5th has gone under the knife today. Sinks has put on a show. We did do from the end of the first safety car. It looks like HB going to go against Jono at some point here, and I think Salmon is going to be able to get away. Whether or not Salmon's going to be able to finish on the lead lap, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. He is somewhat close in. Davor spinning in the first sector, causing a yellow flag. It looks like Jono versus HDB is actually going to happen, but they're both ghosted because of the car directly in front of them. We'll watch this as we go along. I think one's just become unghosted. No, they haven't. Jono is giving this all he can. Should have stayed on the wets. You wouldn't have been able to. You wouldn't have been lapped if you had. It looked like HD having a bit of a nightmare, and there you go. Jono goes past up to 6th. It would take HD as a penalty anyway, so it's not really a point made anyway. But Jono's got past him on track. Salmon, however, is not getting close enough to sink to unlap himself. He's more likely to get lapped by the car behind. Yellow flag. And then goes Jono again! Jono again! And HD has gone up into 6th, and actually will stay 6th this time. There you go. We watch, it's a 6-second gap there now, and I think penalties are, it's 8 seconds worth of penalties. So, HD is still going to drop out of 6th place right now. It looks like we're on lap 36 of 36. Everyone is going to finish where they are. I don't really think there's a way around that. And then Sinks round the second to last. It's been very, very comfortable since the first safety car. HD having a nightmare after that, and handing Sinks a very, very comfortable win and a fastest lap right at the end. And that's a maximum point tally race there for Sinks. Not quite the Grand Slam he was looking for, but he's done. He won the race, and I think Jono's going to beat HD. He does. And your boy Alfie's the last one to finish on the lead lap. So it's Alfie 4th, Salmon 5th, Jono 6th, HDB 7th, Davor is the last one over the line. And that would be that's just, well, I don't even know what I just watched. I just watched something incredibly out of the ordinary. And with that, Davor goes over the line. That's it. And I'm going to see you guys next week in a bit.